Mzansi Rydaz.
In today's episode, Anton tells us about the Together Run and the Ubuntu Run that he attended this past weekend. Andile chats to Palesa, who has an exceptionally inspiring story of absolute bravery and overcoming, and just being that person that really should have been down and out, but really just got back up and made things happen. Really inspiring. You don't want to miss that one. And I went along to the QJ Motor launch at Formula K track, and you will be blown away with what you're going to see there. They are absolutely fantastic. But first, a little bit about our studio for today, which is the very impressive Harley-Davidson Mzansi in 4 ways. Just have a look at this place. And here to tell us a little bit more about this temple of chrome and torque is Nirod, who is the man in charge of the day-to-day running of Harley-Davidson Mzansi. Nirod, hi buddy, nice to see you again.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you very much.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Johannesburg's #1 motorcycle dealership.
I like it.
Now first place for 3 years in a row. So 23,
best,
24, 25.
Best of Joburg, eh?
That's correct.
Congratulations.
And
that's
welcome
quite
back once again, and greetings to our fellow bikers out there.
Yeah.
Today Sean is here once again. He just loves this place. He can't get enough of us.
Hey, you make the best coffee in town. You got the nicest looking
Well,
bikes.
people travel far and wide for our coffee. So yeah, today we're going to take a further look into our dealership. This is our merchandise department. We've got to kit you out. Long distance riding, long distance touring comfort. We've got parts, accessories, merchandise, lifestyle apparel. So anything you need regarding apparel, riding gear, please feel free to stop by and have a look at whatever you need.
Cool. And then you also do motorcycles. That's what you're renowned for.
That's our main aim. And obviously, like you know, we've now the one of the 2 dealerships in South Africa, and this is the home of Harley. And just a reminder to all our Harley-Davidson enthusiasts and owners, we have new and pre-owned bikes. We have parts, accessories, chrome, fit and function. We do lots of customization. So once again, we are here to cater for all our Harley enthusiasts, and not only Harley enthusiasts. Our doors are open to all bikers, no matter what you like.
All right, and you've also got finance and stuff.
Finance, value-added products, service plans, extended warranties, rain protection plans, tire warranties. So yes, we're fully equipped. We also have a rental division, our workshop.
Okay, explain to me a little bit about the rental division. Can anybody roll in here with a bike license and rent a bike from you?
Yes, they can, but obviously they've got to make prior bookings. Right. We take in booking in advance. We do tour groups that come in. So right now we've got about 20 bikes out at the moment on the road, on the rental side. So yes, that's picking up quite well, and we get more frequent requests about guys who want to go for tours. So yes, we can cater for that as well.
Fantastic. Nirod, you guys also trade in bikes, and you buy bikes in?
We do trade-ins. We do trade-ins of non-Harleys as well.
Okay.
We've got a buying division called Moto Flip. So if you're looking to sell a car, sell a bike, give us a shout.
Cars and bikes, eh?
Cars and bikes, yes. We've got
okay, fantastic. So nobody's got any excuse not to come and do business with you.
Yeah, that's correct, and we're in the heart of 4 ways.
And the advantage is having your rental fleet. The customer can actually rent a Harley if he actually really wants to do it.
Yes,
and then when he comes back, you just pull out that contract.
We're replenishing our stock of demo bikes as well, so we're going to have some
you
of the new...
You got all your new models coming.
It's on production line now, so the 2026s will land in the next few months. So yes, we will have some demo bikes of the 117 Fat Boy Breakout, hopefully Street Bob Heritage Classic. So yes, we will have the carryover of the cruisers as demo bikes in the coming months.
Okay. Now my next question is, are you only restricted to Johannesburg, or do you do the whole country?
No. We're reaching out. We've made a very big footprint in Cape Town, Durban, all over South Africa.
In fact, those gentlemen that were making the noise back there are actually from Durban.
They travelled all the way from KZN this morning, so the first stop was here at Harley Mzansi.
And they here at 10 o'clock in the morning. They must have got up vroeg.
Well, if it's the day to take a look at possibly your new bike, you're not gonna.
What's the bet? What's the bet they didn't sleep last night?
Yeah, no,
with the
for
excitement.
Sure. That's for sure.
That's it.
That's what Harley does to you, man. You know, there's a massive culture, big tradition, a big time custom revolution. You know, the new models, especially out of the 2024 lineup, has taken the market globally, especially the road glides. So yes, we are here to stay. We are here to cater for all our Harley customers, and whatever it may be, whether you're in Johannesburg or surrounding areas, Durban, Cape Town, Bloem,
And you can also
George.
service neighboring countries.
We have now
difficult.
starting. We are affiliated with a very renowned individual who is a Harley expert in Cape Town.
Yeah.
He's on the RMI platform, so he can carry out services on bikes which are still under warranty.
Yes.
So we have that support in Cape Town.
Lekker.
We have some support in Durban.
Perfect.
So if the guys are concerned about general maintenance, we can refer them to the right people to do the right job.
Fantastic.
Mzansi Rydaz.
So Nirod, I'm convinced that you have a workshop as well. In fact, I know you have a workshop. Can you come show us that quickly?
Got an exclusive workshop. Come through. Let me take it.
Nirod, we are in your very impressive workshop. Can we just take a little bit of a walk through and you can tell us a little bit about your workshop, what's happening here?
Sure, come through, man. This is where all the magic happens. This is where we take care of our clients' pride and joy. Minor service, major services, engine upgrades, customization, parts, accessories, diagnostics. It's a fully equipped, registered Harley-Davidson service center. As you can see, there are things happening here. There's always activity. We've got some custom applications happening here on the lowrider ST117. We've just sold a breakout, so we're doing a fender-to-fender check, taking off the rear wheel, and we're doing a restoration as well on a very rare 2008 CBO Dyna. So we're restoring the bike fender-to-fender. Yeah, that's what's happening here today. Every day is a new day in the workshop. So
And this is up to the date, one of the most modern workshops in the country at the moment.
very current. Obviously, it's since 2023, so we've handpicked. Obviously, the setup was done through our head office in Europe, and yeah, the daily operations. This is where most of the activity happens, especially now that the clients are prepping for the longer trips. We've got guys going to Namibia, Botswana, all over the place, so they come in here. We also do a complimentary 60-point check. If you had your bike parked off for a long time and you want to now get ready and hit the road, and you're not too sure and want added peace of mind, bring it through, we'll check it out. That's completely free of charge. So yes, 60-point check done on the house. We've also got a free bike wash and mini detail happening on Saturdays. So you can make a booking on info at
So you can roll in on a Saturday, get a lekker cup of coffee and get your bike washed as well.
Get your bike washed as well, and a mini detail. So we'll
Okay, so my question here is, for the bike wash, do you put Mornay and Richard in bikinis?
Hey, no, then we're scaring customers. Now we've got a good facility for washing and detailing. Then we're going to soon start off with a full-on valet. Customers that might want to have a full major service done. We have the facilities of also doing a full valet, ceramic coating. We've got guys who do PPF as well. So yes, so once again, one-stop shop. Catering for all your requirements. Stay strictly Harley-Davidson.
Cool. Thank you very much. Nirod, thank you very much for your time
Thank
and
you,
for
Sean.
letting us use your dealership for
Anytime.
filming our first episode.
Those are open to all bikers, like
Thank
I said.
you very
so
much.
You're welcome anytime.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Nirod.
Thank you.
And there you have it, guys. If you need a Harley-Davidson anywhere in South Africa, Harley-Davidson and Mzansi has to be at the top of your list.
Guys, welcome to our first episode of Mzansi Rydaz. With me is Sean and Andile. Guys, did you have a good week?
Yeah, I did have a good weekend. I've heard that you went somewhere.
Yes, I had the privilege of going to Ubuntu Gauteng, which finished at the Emerald Casino. We were at the Emerald Casino taking photos as the guys came in. It was awesome to see how many diverse riders and motorcycles were there together. Lots of Harleys, lots of BMs, and I was quite surprised how many female riders were.
That's also been a big thing with the riding community, is the amount of lady riders coming into the biking community now. And they're not riding toys either, they are riding beasts. We have a guest that Andile chats to a little bit later on, and she rides a S1000RR.
Yes, and she used to ride a CBR 600.
And I also we heard as well. So the ladies aren't riding little bikes. Ladies are riding big bikes that I would be quite intimidated by, and they're handling them. So good on you, ladies. More ladies need to get out there and get on the bikes. Yeah. So tell us more about the Ubuntu Run. Sorry,
right, so it all started or ended, should I say, by the Emerald Casino. There were little food stalls, there were lots to drink, they had sound there, music there. I would guess about 500 bikes.
That's a lot for a regional one. So the Ubuntu Run, apparently, from what I understand, and you can maybe correct me, it was countrywide.
Yeah, from what I heard, it was actually the select region.
Okay.
Some people went to Mozambique, some went to...
Okay, so Mozambique, Swaziland, was there anything in Lesotho?
Not that I'm aware of.
Lesotho, we're coming for you. We're coming for you for the next Ubuntu Run, China.
Yeah, I've seen Mozambique, somewhere it was Mozambique, Botswana,
Okay.
and just the few countries that I'm aware of.
So it's actually going international Ubuntu, and it kind of works with our tagline about Sizonke, just riding together, just being together, and I think that's what this is all about. Anton, carry on with you.
And speaking of riding together, on Saturday I went to Clarksdorp.
Yeah.
There was a together run which was hosted by the Predators, and that was also nice to see as a first run for the year. But let's look at the insert.
So ons gesels met Pres Johan van die Predators. Gaan dit goed, Pres?
Goed in jou hand.
Lekker, dankie. So, julle begin vandag by O'Callaghan's. Waarheen gaan julle na dit?
Ons begin altyd by O'Callaghan's en dan gaan ons van hier af Bezijs toe na die Beersfontein. Op Bezijs word Jan ons die lekkerste mielies gee, Jan Vark, Ermheid. Dan gaan ons daarso die geldies inlood vir die stationery wat ons het, of die station wat mense nie gebring het vandag nie. As jy 'n donasie wil gee, en dan gaan ons van daar af, dan gaan ons Cadillacs toe, waar ons gaan draai.
Lekker, en sê my, hierdie is 'n jaarlikse run wat julle hou, nie?
Dit is 'n jaarlikse run, is ons oor die 20ste jaar wat ons dit hou. So ons is reg voor.
En dis die eerste run op die Klerksdorp
Kalender. Dis hy.
Great, wel geniet hom en veilig op die pad, Johan. Dankie man, tot ziens.
Anton, that looked really good. The Ubuntu Run, all those bikes coming across, this really looks amazing. And then also everything, the Predators there, the Predators there, that was also quite cool.
And what's quite interesting is that this Together Run has been going for 20 years. It's
20 years.
20 years, and they collect stationery in that, and it just keeps up with the motto of biking. It's all for charity.
So it's more of an annual event.
Annual event, and like I said, 20 years. It's quite a while.
So 20 years an annual event, and people look at bikers. I mean, look at you lot. I mean, really long beards. Check all the tattoos. Hang on, wrong, sorry. Bikers all look like these big, scary, especially the Batos. I mean, they all look like these big, scary, dangerous.
There's that perception at home.
But really, they got
something else.
they got the biggest hearts. Going out there, any charity event they go to. I think I've seen more bike clubs, more biking communities do more charity work than any other community in South Africa.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So you had an interesting event this week, Sean. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, look, I went along to the QJ Motor launch. Now, QJ Motor is a new brand in this country, and guys, you get me blown away. These bikes are, first of all, they fit the South African budget, the South African economy. I mean, their most expensive bike, which looks very familiar when you see the insert, you'll see the original, or the one that it looks like, sells for around 700,000 rand. And this is a 900cc superbike with a retro modern styling for 189,000 rand, and it's got Mzansi shocks and Brembo. So really cool bike. They are imported and distributed by KMSA South Africa, who are renowned for Kawasaki South Africa. They have done great work with Sim, the scooters, the maxi scooters, the delivery bikes, the commuter bike, and they've also done fantastic work with KO, which is ATVs and pit bikes and etc. So they are not a small fry company. They've been going since 1975, and they are the guys behind the new QJ Motors. And you'll see now in the video when you go to the segment now that there must have been 40 plus dealers signing up on the day. So already a strong dealer network. But let's watch what we're going to.
So basically what you are telling me is that looking at it from the cast perspective, it's like in the same introduction of Haval and other brands.
Yeah, it's a high-end brand. It's a huge factory, and if you look at, like you say, Haval, Jetour, what's the other one? There's Omada, also very big these days. The Chinese cars are coming out. They are fantastic quality, and you'll see with this, the guys have got absolutely brilliant quality.
So the bikes are on the same level as well.
So probably a little bit better. So yeah. So, but let's have a look. Great. What more could you ask for? Blue skies, a couple of clouds here and there. Beautiful motorbikes on a hot, sweltering day at a fantastic track. It was the launch of the new QJ motorcycle brand in South Africa, brought to you by KMSA. Before we could manage much more than a quick walk around and a look at the bikes, we were ushered into the conference centre at the Formula K track on Snake Road in Benoni, where Managing Director of KMSA Pty Limited, Mr. Chris Bate, opened with a couple of introductions and a quick overview of the KMSA structure. Primarily, this was the dealer and SA media launch of the QJ motorcycle brand in South Africa, but it was also the KMSA dealer network annual conference. So Chris Bate went through a couple of formalities for the dealers and giving the rest of us insight into the inner workings and structures that have made KMSA so successful. A very little known and very interesting fact: KMSA took over the Kawasaki import and distribution rights for South Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa in 1975. Thus, in 2025, they celebrated their 50th anniversary, making KMSA the longest-serving private Kawasaki importer anywhere in the world. Then another impressive milestone follows. KMSA recorded the highest global sales. Let me repeat that. The highest global sales worldwide of the legendary Kawasaki H2 and H2R models. They sold a total of 67 H2s and 8 H2Rs in South Africa alone. The last two HRs went through Bike Shop Rivonia last year at 1.5 million rand each. Completely unheard of, and something that they are justifiably really proud of, and we can only but applaud them.
And we sold two at the back end of last year. James sold in at Bike Shop Rivonia, and they went for 1.5 million each. So, we're quite proud of that. So, we've been doing it for 50 years. I've been there.
Let's give them a vacuum. Chris then moved on to his aftermarket division, Bikewise Accessories. Accessories and premium brands like ARA helmets and SBS brake pads, which KMSA has represented since the early 90s, well over 30 years. Other long-standing brands include Pirelli tires, about 12 years, DRD chains, also about 12 years, Motor lubricants since 2019, rental handlebars and sprockets also since the early 90s, Optimate battery chargers, a Chirby, Athena, NGK, and so many more. Why are their brands so recognizable? In 2025 alone, they attended 59 events, branded 59 events, or sponsored 59 events in and around the motorcycle industry.
So, welcome to the future of motorcycling in South Africa. The times are changing very dramatically. With QJ Motor, install this as we're constantly looking at how for products to add to our stable, but we are exceptionally focused as to what product we would take.
First up was the SRK 450RR, an inline 4-cylinder, 16-valve liquid-cooled 421cc machine. It comes with TFT screens, LED lighting, ABS, Marzocchi suspension, and Brembo brakes at just 104,995 Rand. The SRK 600RC is a proper inline 4 sports bike, something we haven't seen in South Africa for over a decade. Again with TFT, LED lightings, ABS, Marzocchi, Brembo, the whole lot, and just for 129,000 Rand. Followed in short order by the SRK 800RR, a full 4-cylinder, 16-valve double overhead cam liquid-cooled 800cc machine for 139,995 Rand, under 140k for an entry-level superbike. And if you're looking for something completely different, how does a V4 muscle bike sound? A 600cc V4, all with the Brembos and the Marzocchis and the TFTs and everything that all the other bikes have got, just in a V4 configuration in a super sexy looking package at just 119,000 Rand. Stepping into the adventure territory is the SRT 700 SX, a 700cc parallel twin liquid-cooled adventure bike with spoked wheels, priced at just 129,995 Rand. And that includes the aluminium top box and panniers as standard. Is that a Super Veloci? Nah. But it is the SU9, the QJ Motor SU9, an 821cc inline 4 with premium suspension brakes, Marzocchi and Brembo, and styled as a retro modern superbike. And this is the most expensive bike in the range at a whole 189,000 Rand. And finally, the bike that really caught KMSA's attention, the SRT 900 SX, a 904cc parallel twin adventure bike priced at just 169,995 Rand. Let me read that to you again. A 904cc parallel twin adventure bike priced at 169,995 Rand. And that includes the aluminium top box and panniers, the crash bars, the bash plate, the Metzler tires. There is very little else on the market offering this level of equipment at this kind of price. And these kind of prices simply make sense that this is where the South African market needs to be at the moment, considering our economy, considering what people earn these days in South Africa. We need a product like this that can come in there, that's going to be affordable to the middle class buyer, not just the high-end buyer or just the commuter buyer or just the commercial buyer. These prices and this quality of machine is where we need to be. Yes, these bikes are Chinese, but modern Chinese manufacturing has moved on. Just look at all the cars on the roads today, if you think about it. You got the Jetour, you got the Armada, you got the GWMs, stuff that people are spending close on R1 million, or some of them are over R1 million. South Africans need affordable mobility in this country. And watching the dealers and the media ride these bikes and seeing their reactions have told us absolutely everything that we needed to know. People getting off bikes and smiling and keen to get on the next bike, really nodding and sagely and wisely and having very good conversations with each other. There's over 40 dealers already signing up. That's significant. A strong dealer network supported by KMSA, who has a proven track record, and with strong dealer backing, and the stock is expected to land within the next few weeks. QJ Motor is a brand worth paying attention to. Keep an eye on dealership floors and this channel, as well as www.ridesa.co.za for updates. Times they really are a changing, my friend.
Mzansi Rydaz.
Wow, Sean, I think that must have been quite an experience to be there and to see these bikes on the track performing. So it's a great incident.
No, look, you saw the bikes there, you saw them on the track there, and you saw Kawasaki 50 years importing, came and say 50 years importing Kawasaki into South Africa. They're not the first guys to do sim, but they've had a better success rate than anybody previously. They're not the first guys to bring in Lifan commuter bikes, delivery bikes, but they're having a better success rate because they've got such a strong dealer network and such strong support. So yeah, so I see a pretty young lady sitting here in the studio.
Yeah, I've brought in someone very interesting. She's got a very interesting story and very inspirational.
Yeah. We chatted to her a little bit before the.
Hear the story. It's very. In actual fact, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, to hear from your story.
And I think what people need to understand, this has all happened in the last year and a half, 18 months.
Yeah.
Once you understand that, then you understand how big a deal this actually is. So, yeah.
Big inspiration, isn't it?
A lot.
Big inspiration.
I think for someone out there who feels that life hasn't smiled at him or her, a story might actually revive him.
I like what you said. If you feel down and out that life has got, the world has got its foot on your neck, and you don't want to get up, here's a lady that had every reason to lie down and just say, okay, take me, world, I'm finished now. And she's up, and 18 months later, she's up and at it again.
Sure.
Let's
have a look.
Kunjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila, ngiyakwamukela Mzansi Rydaz. Lana sihostwa yi-Harley-Davidson. Yeah, for a day, and we've heard about you. The story is very interesting. We'd like to know about you and get to know Palesa. Palesa in actual fact, man.
Okay. Well, I have to introduce myself in like the ID part of it. Well, my name is Palesa.
Okay.
I reside in Nelspruit.
Okay.
I don't know about the age. Should I state
No,
it?
not really.
Okay, but I'm old enough.
Yeah.
And I'm a biker. I got interested in bikes at a very young age, but I felt I needed to join and be part of them. I think back in 2010. That's when actually I put my interest into action. And then I went to one of the bikers club. Can I name the club? Is it okay?
If it's okay with you.
Yeah, because it's the only club that I belong to anyway. Sunriders NCC. So I went to their annual meeting, and then when I got there, I just came close to a bike and I looked at it and like, oh, I'm gonna ride this one day. So there, maybe after a week or two, I went on and bought my first bike. And in that club, I was the first female rider.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it just came about, and I've been with that club for the past 15 years, like I mentioned.
Like, where does this come from? Like, family-wise, is there anyone who has ever owned a bike?
No. It's just the way I was raised. I used to hang around with boys a lot. We used to ride bicycles, I never used to do girly stuff. And my mom and my grandmother were very worried. But then, yeah. So I grew up like a boy, so I had that thing, riding bikes and stuff like that. So that girly stuff, no.
Okay.
It's not for me.
So how many years have you been riding?
For the 15 years, to be precise. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, can I just mention the bikes that I've
Please, I was about to
The first bike that I bought without knowing how to ride, I had to ask someone to go fetch it for me at a dealership. It was a Honda CBR 600. That was my first bike. I think I rode it for like a year and a half. And then the way I mastered that bike in a short period of time, I felt like it's not doing what I wanted to do. Because every time I ride with the guys, I was trained by very serious bikers. I was the only female, and then they didn't even think, oh, I'm a female, I must just make it wherever we're going, So I felt, they would bring me for such a long distance, and I find them parked on the road, and then when I come, I don't get time to rest. They say, go, pass. I'm like, what? No. And at that time, I was full speed. you know. So I felt, no, this is not me. Next thing I went and then I changed and I said, you know what, let me just go bigger. Instead of going to 1,000, I went to 1,300. I bought a Hayabusa 1,300. It was the second generation, which is, I got it second hand, but it was on 9,000 kilometers. So with that bike, that's where my history started.
That's real power.
That's where it started.
So you will handle that much power?
Even on tracks, you know,
Okay.
I would come with the Hayabusa there, people would go, what? You know? So, but you know, the moment you get used to the weight of your bike, I think you can do anything with it. And then I rode that bike up till 2018. Then I had to travel to work overseas. I was working in Saudi for the past 5 years. And then I had to let go of the Hayabusa. And then when I was there, I kept on checking what bike can I change to. Then I just went for a RR, S1000 RR BMW.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 2019 model.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go on much into, you know, what might happen, but we had bikers from Gauteng. They came to Nelspruit. Actually, they were from Mozambique.
Okay.
And then they went via Nelspruit. And then the next thing, the president then called me and said, guys, you need to go out. You can't have bikers from outside Mpumalanga to be in our territory.
You were actually entertaining them.
Yeah, sort of like, you know, we need to welcome them in our territory. It's in Nelspruit, and we are the biggest club there in Nelspruit. And then he said, no guys, you need to go out and just greet them if you can, and then you can just go back home, or you can just, you know, entertain them and everything, because they don't know the surroundings. He said, okay. No, it's okay. I was so lazy that day. I didn't feel like it. Usually when I take my bike out, I don't make a mistake. I wear a full gear. That day it was hard. I was so tired. I said, okay, since the president called, maybe just honor, you know. Yeah. I took my bike out with the jeans. I was wearing jeans with the riding boots, gloves, everything else was protected. I went there. We met the guys, we had fun and whatever, you know, we stayed a little bit longer than expected. And then later on, my sisters came, because usually I don't like riding at night. So my sister came with the car, and then next thing we just chilled for a while. After that, we said, no guys, we need to go. I think it was towards midnight, right? And then when, even I'm the one who was concerned about safety, you know, I said to my sisters, you know what, guys, stay behind me. Don't be too far away from me, you know. Just stay there like 50 meters away from you. I'll be riding in front of you. They said, oh, okay, no, it's fine. We go out of Nelspruit, and then it was so quiet on the road. It's a 3-lane road.
Okay.
And then I told her, stick to the first lane, because any car or anything must just pass on the right, on the left, I mean. We just about 2 kilometers from the place we were coming from. I hear a very high-pitched sound. It's a bike. I know the RR sound. It's an RR. It comes. I'm looking at my mirrors. I'm like, what? Anyway, maybe it's going the other direction. And I lose like my gut. Just, you know, I felt my sister is here.
For that split second.
For that split second. Next thing I hear a crashing sound. What happened? It took me like 5 seconds to realize that I'm the one who's involved in an accident. Because I'm looking at, I hear the sound and I'm looking around, I'm like, what happened? Something happened. I'm asking myself inside the helmet, you know, we talk a lot to ourselves inside the helmet. And the next thing, when I look the other direction at my sister's car, it's like the lights are on top. I'm like, what? Am I on the floor? Am I the one that, oh wow, like when I look down, there was blood. I couldn't believe, but you know, I'm a nurse by profession. So my nurse instincts, I think they kicked in to say, first of all, I suffer from anemia myself. That's my disease, I'm anemic. So next thing I see all this blood coming out, I'm like, what? I took out the helmet very slowly, I put it on the side. My sisters came running. I was wearing a belt, right? I took it off, and I told my sister, lift the leg up. She lifted it up. And then I tied the belt and I pulled myself. And I told her, pull this tight. You know, hold it very tight. She pulled it very tight. I said, up until the ambulance comes, then you can just give it to them or whatever. thereafter, that's when I can feel that you guys are in pain. That's when I let go. I'm like, oh, I'm in pain after doing the first aid kind of thing. Yeah. So thereafter, what I can remember, the ambulance didn't take long to come. I think 5 minutes, max 10. And then they came, they said it, as Bangsa sorry, I have a tongue tie sometimes. Bangsa and then they took me to medic clinic in Nelspruit. I mean, from there onwards, oh my God, it's so blurry because, you know, I was high on the medication. They gave me morphine and stuff for the pain. So from there,
So
I couldn't tell what happened thereafter.
So fast forward,
Fast forward.
coming back into riding and then adapting the rehabilitation and everything.
A little bit that I also can also mention is that they transferred me to Mill Park thinking they would save my leg. See, I have a prosthetic leg, right? So when I got there, Professor Al-Karim came to me, and you know, it's funny because I made a joke about it. He comes there, I'm a joke, I like to joke a lot. He comes there, I see him, I'm like, Prof, don't tell me you cut it. He said, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. What? You know, it was, I don't know whether I was shocked or I was sad. It was a mixed emotion. I had a lot of mixed emotions. So, but you know, even my mom was saying, love me, sis, love me. You know? She said, don't. And I said, okay, Mama, I'm not gonna let her cut my leg off. But then after an hour, I'm a nurse, like I've mentioned. So I saw I was complicating. I think my kidneys were kicking in and everything. So I had to make a decision and say, no, call the prof. It's just you know, yeah. And then from there, they cut off the leg, and then, you know, fast forward, I came back to Nelspruit. When I came back, you know, my family was very supportive. My mom was always taking my kids. You know, before I came home, they had to take them for counseling to tell them this has happened, and then this is what they had to do. You know. So from there, it was just I was doing biokinetics. My brother-in-law who's into rugby, he's the one who introduced biokinetics to me. So he said, you know, buddy, if you want to be walking very fast, you better contact these guys. He made an appointment. I went there. So this is how I got rid of the crisis.
So now with everyone who was also involved in your recovery and all that, how did you feel when you told them that you are coming back?
Well, there were others who were encouraging me to go back and saying, we are waiting for you. We're actually waiting for you to get back on that bike. I'm like, And then my mom decided, I would think of my mom, you know, it's traumatizing, you know, and my family as well. Well, it was a 50-50 as well. I had to sit down and think about it. And then for me to be 100% okay, to see that I can still function the way I used to, it was for me to get back on the bike. Then I'm complete. I'm 100%.
I can imagine. It's not easy to live that lifestyle.
No, it's not.
Once you get in,
you are in. Honestly, doesn't matter what happens, whether you lose both limbs or whatever, you're still gonna get back. If your heart is still there.
You know, stories are common. It's very inspirational. It's very inspirational in more than one way. You might look at it as in to everyone who is facing a certain situation. It says a lot. It says a lot to someone who's even thinking of giving up.
Yeah.
To say if Palesa made it, I can also make it.
Funny you should mention that. When I started, like, I stayed a whole year without being on social media too much. I was on social media, but I didn't introduce the fact that I've been amputated and stuff. And then when I came out, after a year, I was emotionally okay to actually come out myself to say, guys, this is what happened.
This is who I am.
This is who I am now. This is my new normal, you know. So I reintroduced myself. I even call myself bionic biker instead of Pali, you know. So when that happened, I got a lot of inboxes. A lot. People who got amputated like a long time ago, they're like, how are you riding? Like, how? Like, I'm like,
you have revived a lot of people.
Yeah, they said, no, I'm also going back. How did you do this? And then I referred them to where I converted my bike. My bike is converted. Isn't it? I got amputated the left where we changed gears with the leg. But then for me, I can't change the leg anymore. So like I made research and I had Ash from 300 Plus. I contacted him. He said, no, I didn't do a lot of these conversions, but we can try.
Okay.
You know? So I said, go for it. Let's go.
Yeah, I once saw a video
Of him doing everything.
Yeah, the one who was stuck or something.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw
got
that video.
it's okay. I told him, you know, Ash, you're like a hero to me because you made me get back on this bike, you know. Now I change on its buttons, in a form of buttons. So, yeah, whatever that happens, it's forgivable because the fact is I can still ride it.
Siyabonga ukuthi ufile ngibonge nalaba abasihostile futhi Harley-Davidson Mzansi. I hope we see more of you. I hope you will actually invite us next time.
I will.
And then we'll honor the visit as well.
All right, thank you.
And Sibongela you came all the way from Nelspruit when we called you on our and then we came. Sibongela all the best.
Thank you so much for having me and for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mzansi Rydaz.
So what an inspiration, yeah? What an inspiration.
Palesa is an amazing
I couldn't say more.
and to have her kids with us as well, the kids with daughter such a cute little sweet, beautiful.
And you know what? I think for a parent to be able to show that resilience to your children, that don't give up, I think that is such a good life.
It actually says a lot beyond biking. It says a lot. Like, it says a lot about resilience. It says a lot about getting up. Because everyone falls in a while.
So Andile, there's this funny box that you keep on tripping over.
Let's have a look here.
I've brought in something interesting.
Tell us about this.
This is when looking at it, you are seeing a power bank. But what it does more than charge your phone. What it does is, it's a power bank.
But this thing weighs nothing.
Yes. It's portable. You can actually carry it into your boot or even torch in your bag.
Yeah. Like a little
And it's strong enough to jumpstart your car.
Yeah, it jumpstarts your car. It's a charger. It's a power bank.
Okay. All right. So it's got a warning light on it as well. So SOS.
And what it does as well, it also jumpstarts your car
Okay, that's
or your bike.
Where does it plug in?
It also plugs in there. There's a slot.
Oh, there we go.
So no more carrying really batteries around the field. So those cold starts.
Sure. Look at that.
Yeah,
No,
it's a multi-purpose product.
I could have used this 2 weeks ago when this I thought was a lot of each other. I was awful. I did something stupid to my motorbike. But I could have used this and it would have saved a whole lot of problems. And this on the road in your backpack.
Yeah.
And what does it do?
It's a pump.
So it's got a pump as well.
Yes. It's a multi-purpose product. Most of the guys who are doing adventure, who are traveling long distances, off-road can be off-road.
So it doesn't need to stay in this big fancy box. You can actually just chuck these pieces into your backpack if you really wanted to.
Yes.
I like that.
And you know when they remote when you can get hold of it?
You can actually get it at any motor space.
And what do you
But I'm seeing it
what do you
even
look
on the
at?
internet.
What are we looking at price for it? What do you pay for this?
I paid about 850 rand for it.
850
And
bucks.
when I first saw it, other guy paid 2,000 rand. And
So the
then
price
today,
is okay.
yes, on my way here, I saw it, somebody advertising for 450 rand. So it's just something that's growing in the market. Yeah.
That
It's
big.
getting more popular in the market.
That there is such a lifesaver. In that box there, that was nicely in your backpack as well.
Yes.
So the only addition I would make here is I would add the tubeless punch repair plugs and
And small tires.
that's more. If you need to do tube ties and etc. Yeah. But yeah. So about 800 bucks, 1,000 bucks for that kind of thing. All good. That you need to have one of these in your life.
Yeah, for someone who's sitting at home, this is a multi-purpose product.
100%. So Anton, you got some news on this? There's a bunch of events happening this weekend. Where will you be taking photographs? So if you guys want your photographs taken and make it onto the show, make a candid appearance on the show, you need to find where Anton is at.
So this weekend we are going to Free State. We're going to Windhoek in the Free State. There's a club with the name of the Blaze. This is the club that we ride for. It's the birthday celebration. So we're going to be there taking photos. And then let's just have a look at next week. These are the events taking place.
Just DJ. Different backgrounds, different cultures. Randaz is mangas and the futures. One riding community. Mzansi Rydaz ride together. Raisam hamba nati sonke. From every street, every weather. Ubuntu sonke. One road only. Family friendly, open hearts. Every ride is where it starts. From first bike dream.
So guys, if you've got any events that you would like us just to highlight and share with everybody, please hit us up on social media. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook. Yeah, we're on all the social medias. Just hit us up or hit a comment down below in the section. And then please guys, we're a new channel, we need to grow. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit us with a like there. And please share. Hey, candidates, we want to do this, we want to keep on doing this. I think we're onto a good thing here. Yeah. Great. Wow. Guys, get out there, go ride. I know you're going to be riding this weekend. You're going to be out there about this weekend. And
we'll catch you next time.
Mzansi Rydaz.